Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we have a Burnside's Bridge public match for you. And with that being said, let us get into our round here. Server pop on March 13th at about 6:16 p.m. Eastern Time is 280. In balance right now is 4 towards the CSA side. Artillery-wise on this map, both sides have it. The Union have 9, the Confederates have 6. So that infantry in balance is 8 towards the Union side. Our officers for today, on the CSA side, you have Noah V, you have SPC Nowhere, you have Decoys, Jezek, I'm sorry if I butchered that, I probably did. And then on the Union side, you have Simple Joe, you have Spartan, you have 6 Million Pies, you have Drifting, and for the artillery, you have Kennedy Freak. So, Burnside's Bridge, the attackers have a huge ticket advantage, 56%. Weapons on this map, Union has the 51st New York and the 2nd Marion, both with the Springfield 61s. Whereas CSA side, they have the 2nd Georgia with the Springfield 42 and the Lorenz. And they have the 20th Georgia with the Enfield and the Mississippi. So, today's update day. Weapons are now accurate as they were historically, and they're really good. Matches are going a little bit quicker than what you would normally expect. Shooting is a lot more powerful. This has been a beautiful update, in my opinion. But we'll see how things pan out over the long run. I mean, you can see CSA is already starting to hit these guys here pretty quickly. And so we'll see how things kind of turn out. Now, normally on this map, the Union form up on that stone wall. Eventually, they'll charge across the Burnside's Bridge and go left or right if they decide to go left. They will eventually reform on the bottom side here and then push up the hill and kind of engage CSA from this side. Meanwhile, if they go on the opposite side to this right side here, they will follow down here, maybe reform on the bottom, and then they will push up and try to take that stone wall there. But with shooting being so effective, it's really going to make you wonder how this is going to go. Now, if shooting is a lot better, you would maybe expect... Oh, we'll see this first. I mean, if you would think that shooting would be a lot better, you would think it's going to be a lot harder for this Union to get across the bridge. However,
would you be interested in joining a regiment, perchance?
That makes sense. I almost wonder, though, because what will happen is, I mean, you'll see this with volleys around, where people will...
Would you be interested?
If you have two lines formed up against each other in this game, odds are is that when a line shoots towards another line, all those guys are going to be shooting towards the center. And the thing is that when Union does eventually decide to cross here, they're going to be like coming across like a snake. You know, they're going to be blobbed up and it's going to be this long looking snake. The thing is, a lot of those TSA guys are going to rip their shots off at the beginning, and I think Union will be able to make it across fine. And if anything, maybe they'll do it a little better. It almost makes me wonder, right? Because oh my god, you guys. This makes me wonder, right? Because there was a large bullet spread, now it's small. If you shoot a volley and everyone shoots toward the center of the line, I feel like you're going to kill the people in the center, but not people on the outside. I feel like it's going to be more concentrated in the center. So, we'll see what happens. Anyway, here's the first charge from Union. CSA, a lot of independent fire from them, so they won't be able to volley off at this. And Union, for the most part, is getting across. Now, it looks like they didn't bring their flags, which there's two back here. Yeah. You've seen this as of late from Union where they'll charge across without their flags because they don't want to lose them on this side of the river. When the thing with flags is that if you want to gain ground as an attacker, you push up with the flags. If you want to just deal a ticket loss on your opponent, you generally push forward without your flags. Unfortunately for Burnside's, the only way Union, I think, wins is by bringing their flags across, because you're not going to be able to deal enough of a ticket drain on the CSA from sitting and shooting on this side of the bridge. Now, maybe that's different with this update with guns being more accurate. I don't know. We'll see. But
should probably push back to the bridge and just go fucking left or right. He's just
we'll see what happens. I mean, Generally, as an attacker, you want to get the defender down to engage by the 30-minute mark. That's kind of the latest point you want to hit him at. So, if Union gets them down to battle ready, or engaged by the 30-minute mark, they got 9 minutes to knock them down 3/4 of the stage. I mean, maybe Union can just kind of sit and shoot, but I still think Union has got to charge across and get a foothold on the other side, because that's how you cause chaos in the CSA side. Meanwhile, CSA, their defense is relatively simple. You shoot at the Union when they come across, or when they're just sitting over there, and if the Union do cross and get into a side here, you charge them out immediately. CSA cannot afford to have Union reform with their whole team on their side of the bridge. The whole point of this map is that you have a bridge. Use it to your advantage. Don't just like sit back and just let the Union across. It used to be meta for some reason where CSA would just fall back to the stone wall right away and they would let the Union cross the bridge, and they never win doing that. But now that they've gone more to an original strategy of collapsing in on Union when they cross, they sometimes don't win, but they've won a lot more than that old strategy. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. But right now, Union's slightly down on tickets on the CSA.
Make sure you're full kits, though. Make sure you're full kits.
Keep firing, boys. You got about almost a minute and a half. Keep firing. Commit your main aspect.
So, Union, I think they said maybe 36. They've still got a little bit of time to sit and shoot and reform, which I don't always mind when teams do this. I mean, when you... Here's the thing. I gotta change my whole commentary stick now. I can't repeat what I've been saying for the past year. I mean, normally I would say, right, sitting and shooting, the only times you should do is if you're reforming or trying to figure out a new plan, but now it can make a little more sense to sit and shoot, especially if you're a lot more accurate, which probably means you're doing a lot more kills. The issue, though... Good shot. That's why CSA doesn't hold in the open here, but I don't know how much it applies to a map like this. I mean, the increased accuracy probably helps with kills and probably increases that rate by a little bit, but I wonder by how much. Who knows if Union can afford to sit and shoot the whole round, which that would be like Otto and Sherrick when I first got the game. Teams would just sit back, Union would just sit back in their stone wall and have a shootout with the CSA for 45 minutes and eventually win, which we'll see how this goes. Union bringing their flags across this time, something they should do. Even if they lose their flags on this side, it's not the worst thing in the world because you're going to have to charge eventually. But also, if the flag bearers die and they lose the flag in the water, it'll despawn within 15 to 20 seconds. So, look at that. Despite the increased accuracy, the Union still made it across relatively unscathed. Now, obviously, they got hit a lot, but now it's CSA's turn to respond. CSA has to charge the Union out of here. They can't let Union sit here and reform. Now, maybe they can shoot them out. I don't know. I mean, a lot of stuff with this is just going to be based on what we see. Because we don't know if they can sit and shoot them down. Because if CSA can shoot the Union down from here, that's going to be a very, very good thing for them. Because that means they won't have to charge and lose a fair amount of tickets to throw Union off. But if they can't, then they still need to throw them off by charging. But at least as of now, not a whole lot of Union going down.
Spread out the line, guys. Spread it out.
The funniest thing about all of this is that I posted a video a couple days ago saying, is the sit and shoot back? And I also got a comment from someone saying that on Rivers Crossing, the CSA should just sit and shoot from their side of the bridge. And speaking of that, I'm going to have to reply to that.
Hey, spread out left. Spread the fuck out. Spread the fuck out left. Spread the fuck out left. Spread out left. Spread out left.
Pick up the flag! Pick up the flag! Flag! Pick up the flag! Flag up, boys.
Get the damn flag.
Forward into the bush, boys. Forward into the bush.
Go onto the line. Shoot them motherfuckers.
So both sides dropped to engage at around the same time. And I mean, this is a good pace for Union. Now, as we've seen here, CSA, they've got to charge Union out. They can't let Union just sit on this side of the creek. And they can't. I mean, problem is Union has all 4 flags over here. They're reformed essentially, as you see. And you have a couple of Union guys spawning at main, but they're just going to do that. But if the
We're charging up the right side. We're charging up the right side. 40 seconds.
if you let the Union sit here and able to reform, they're able to charge up with a good amount of their force into CSA. And if they could throw CSA out, that's great. But more importantly, the thing is, right, is if you let the Union across, Union's not going to be able to charge into the CSA. Union can't charge when going across the bridge because it'll be weakened so much. They have to reform on this side before charging in. So Union's going to charge. CSA's going to counter-charge.
15 seconds.
And I don't know why they're going in now of all times. We'll see what happens, though. I don't know why the Union flags are running up. They should sit a little further behind. And Union tickets are dropping a significant amount. CSA not at all. Union must have hit engaged first. Union smartly keeping the flags back. Now CSA needs to push through. You have a weakened Union here. I mean, I know there's not a whole lot of CSA left as well, but you got to throw Union out of the grounds. And Union, I don't know if they're trying to retreat back to their side of the bridge or just go a little more towards the center. I don't think Union should retreat. Because if we look, CSA is not bothering to charge them out. Not that Union would know, but... might be a little unfortunate for Union, seeing that CSA didn't charge them out. Or maybe CSA didn't see them because they retreated out, regardless of the reason. Union's trying to get the flag. I have never seen Union bring the flags, all 4 flags back from their side of the river. I don't like this decision from them. They should have kept them on this side. It's so hard to get flags over here, and I think it's much worth trying to keep them up and get respawns there. Because if the flag bearer, if Union gets charged out here and the flag, like, let's say at the end of that charge that we just saw, CSA kept charging and the flag bearers just run out into the water here and they'll despawn. So, I think it is a waste. I mean, you got 2 Union flags down there now. And when Union charges next, they're going to be worried about picking those up unless these guys run up and pick it up. But, which could happen. But, or maybe not. Jeez. It's like a little trap when you run into here. It's just shots galore. So, CSA up slightly on tickets.
51B to the right.
Oh my God, boys.
I see sneaky little reds just on the other side of the fucking river.
So, for now, Union reforming. They're taking their time. Again, the guys who die for these 2 flags have to respawn back at main. So if someone's here and they die and they're in the company with that flag, they got to spawn back at main. And that's another reason why you don't want to bring those flags back, is if they get stuck there, which Union's been basically wiped out on this side of the creek. Since they've been wiped out, these flags are going to stay down, and all those guys are going to have to spawn main, even if they die over here. So that's a mistake from Union. But Union for now sitting and shooting.
I don't care. Shoot them. I don't care. Shoot across the fucking river. You see any smoke on the other side? Shoot it.
Oh my god, I had him muted.
And I mean, if I'm Union, I don't wait for those flags to despawn. They got a 5-minute despawn timer on them, but if I were the Union, I would just go. I mean, I don't know if we can hear their officers talking, but I mean, Union has plenty of time on the clock if they want to sit and get into a shootout that should do some ticket damage. It wouldn't be the worst decision in the world. They've got the stone wall. They've got plenty of time. They can wait for these flags to despawn. If you have guys going across those trying to get the flag, one, they're not going to make it. Secondly, if they do pick it up and die, it's going to restart that 5-minute timer, and then the flag's going to despawn at a later time. So they're trying to get the flag back. This is not... I don't think this is worth it. They're going to lose a good amount of guys trying to get it. That's tickets you can't afford. I mean, CSA should be hitting these guys. So, both these flags have their 5-minute timers just reset. The only way Union's getting these flags back is by charging across and picking them up. That was such a mistake for Union to pick those flags back up and retreat.
He's a troll.
Yeah, he's playing the shittiest music. I'd rather listen to the
Guys,
drummer
the flag
boy
is
than
down
that guy.
somewhere, by the way. Someone picked it up. Alright, we're crossing in 1 minute 10 seconds. We are crossing to the right. Exact same plan, except we're not stopping this time.
Yeah, we're not.
We're doing the exact same thing, except we're not stopping.
Yeah, we're gonna keep going like we said it last time.
You'll fight for 2 more shots.
So, I hear Union's going to keep going. So maybe they're going to charge to one of the sides and then go up. I mean, the thing is, CSA is playing very, very conservative right now. They're not charging the Union out unless Union charge at them. So, Union can reform. I mean, obviously we're gonna see the officers are dying too, right? When they go over there, and so they're not gonna really be able to pick up on this stuff. But when you're an officer, you really got to be paying attention to a lot of these things. Like CSA, let the Union reform. Past action is great for future indication of what's gonna happen. So oh my goodness, they fixed it too. Normally the flags, okay, they didn't fix the usernames, but you can see how the usernames are through the engage text there. The flags used to go through it too. Anyways,
Keep moving, boys. Keep moving.
canister ripping through. What a shot. And with that, the Union hit taking losses. CSA close to foul. Now, you can see, if I'm Union, I reform here. We'll see, though. They got their flags back up, and they're moving over here. CSA is starting to shift guys this direction.
Guys, everybody on drifting here. Let's go, everybody lead them.
Can't stop. Go. Move straight left where they can relocate. Let's go. Straight uphill.
Look, they're
And Union going in. CSA moved over here a little slow as well, so Union's able to get up the hill with their flags as well. Now, Union can run the flags out over here out of bounds, and they'll despawn just as quickly as if they were dropped in the water. But even though CSA is slow and Union gains some momentum getting CSA into taking losses, CSA are charging down on the bottom side trying to get up and get a flank, and Union's going to get squished. They got to get these flags out of bounds so they can despawn back at main. Because if you thought Union couldn't get those flags at the bridge, they're definitely not getting them back if they die out here, which one's down right now. 3 left. They need to run out of bounds. Which Trusty Good man, he's doing that. Common, don't. Dog nut, he's on the edge of it. I don't know. Union flag is running straight into CSA lines. I don't know why. Union's selling this game. Union decision making has not been that great this round so far. And they're losing for that. Now I wonder if this is just how it normally is. What I mean by that is, like, I wonder if this is how the round is going to be played going forward. Because look at CSA's got almost a half morale stage lead right now.
We killed a lot of them. Man, they already got those goddamn banjos.
How we get less tickets, boys?
Saying the N-word. Fucking assholes.
I say same guy twice. Stab a dude once, move to another guy, stab him once, move another guy, stab him
Someone will
once.
clean up
That way
after you.
That's a
whoever
Jacobite
near you
tactic.
can get 3 people dead.
good. It's real food.
Also, not gonna lie,
Shut
that,
the fuck up,
that
you damn
was
children.
the hottest thing ever.
So they're talking about strategy in game, trying to help with their melees. I think Union decision making is making it really hard for Union to win this game. But what they were talking about is when you go and do a charge, right? When you as an individual hit the front of your opponent's line, you should just stab and keep going. Just stab and keep moving. In a charge, you should never try to fully kill someone on your own. Just stab and keep going. If you stab and kill them, great. If you stab and not kill them, keep moving. Because you're trying to just go straight through the whole line. If you just sit and stop, one, it's going to clog up your team. But also, two, when you're charging in, you're trying to get into the back of that line where the flag's going to be trying to get it. So, also, it's a lot harder to stab a moving object. Not that it's much harder in this game, but, you know, every little thing can count. So, with that all being said, Union's forming up. Now, they should only have one flag, I'm pretty sure. So there's one. It looks like two are... Oop. I was going to say. Yeah, so it looks like only 2 are down for Union. So Union at least has half their flags. But if I'm CSA... and I know 2 Union flags are down over on this side, you're probably thinking Union's going to charge that side again.
Gentlemen, any smoke that you see across that river, you shoot at. Anything you see across that river, you shoot at. I think we have a flag, by the way. Flag, it managed to make it back across. The problem is, we got so many people in this company who cannot spawn in at all. It's crazy.
If you don't see anything, that's fine. Just shoot across the river bank.
Just fucking shoot.
Yeah,
Shoot
just
half
shoot.
Okay,
the
listen
So,
up, everyone.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. Union's just got to charge across. They got to sit there, get their respawns in, and then go up like they did last time. I mean, that made the tickets kind of even out. I mean, they were more even than what they are now, but getting into an engagement of melee is going to be a lot more beneficial to the attackers 90% of the time compared to the defenders.
Yeah,
So they just need to keep on doing that. Meanwhile, the CSA needs to react quicker. Nice artist shot. CSA needs to react quicker to a lot of things. They're moving very slow. Union mistakes are really lighting them. A lot of the mistakes come with Union flags, but
Sir, we got enough guys to charge.
Company, we're going at 20 minutes. Sorry, 18 minutes. 18 minutes. That's
18 minutes.
now 1 minute and 50 seconds.
It's about 100 to 200 yards to the point, so
1 minute 50 seconds.
So,
you're not gonna hit anything.
I mean, we'll see where Union wants to go with this. Now, if they hit CSA into breaking, they can cap and win the game automatically off that, which point of contention is behind the CSA defensive line up on top of the hill here. CSA likes to hold in this defensive position, the Alamo, especially late in the game. especially if Union gets across. But Union can cap the point from, I think, right here. It's kind of in the defilade. It's a very, very nice spot. You see, you can't see the snake fence when you're standing here. So Union might just charge straight in. I highly recommend against that. Usually it doesn't work. CSA already has been pounding this single spot, and it's been working. Some CSA artillery though is counter battering, which I don't like as much, but.
Gentlemen, we are going in 40 seconds, 40 seconds, fix bayonets, we are going, 40 seconds, 40 seconds, 40 seconds. Fix bayonets, we are sprinting left, we are going left this time, we are going left, all the way left.
Going left.
So that's interesting that they're going to go left this time instead of.
And then you come back inbound. That's how far left we're going. You book it like a Jamaican sprinter.
10 seconds, gentlemen. Move. We're going now. Let's go.
I find it interesting that they're going to go left. Their flags have despawned, though. So Union can get them back after this. So I guess it's not as bad to go left. But maybe Union's trying to go left to get into that position that I mentioned. Let's watch from this side.
Keep moving, boys. Don't get caught in the gap.
The amount of bullets that are going over the bridge and just completely missing is crazy. I mean, if you slow it down, you can see the bullets whizzing through. Union trying to go over this side. The guy's going to fall off and die to fall damage. Yes! And Union is about to hit breaking. Now, I don't know if Union charged with their flags across because they don't have all of them. It's a little late to be charging across. So, let's see. I mean, they kept one flag over here, it looks like. CSA is starting to shift over to where Union is. You got, what, another flag moving in from main spawn 2 there. So Union only brought one across, and it came in super late. I don't know if that was the idea of Union's plan, but...
We gotta wait for flag. Did any flag get across?
I don't think so.
Oh, fuck.
Form into line, boys. Form into line, boys.
But CSA should have a lot easier of a time trying to shoot Union down if guys try to get there with the flag. We've seen that this round. This is... CSA, there we go. This is a good CSA strat. That Union flag is down. Union hit breaking. And that's going to be a wipe. That flag's down for 5 minutes. So, Union kind of in a rough spot here. And what's our server pop now? 330. My goodness.
51st B, we are all crossing. Everybody on your feet. Move
Now, Union's just kind of going across independently, and that's not... I mean, a lot of... Going across independently and hitting different sides, a lot of it is going to matter how quick the defenders react, which... You can see they're kind of shifting down this way already. But I don't know if there's enough Union to really make a dent. I mean, there's another flag down on the bridge. CSA already starting to shift back towards the center, albeit a little slowly. That charge from Union was pretty pitiful. It looks like they're just going to try to run the flags back. But I don't know if they're going to get that flag there.
About being the 51st state.
So, Union, I mean, Union just kind of mismanaged. Now, actually, the flag despawned. Or it got, no, it despawned. Someone must have dropped it out of bounds, or maybe it was in the water. It didn't look like it was in the water, but maybe someone ran it in. So Union should be able to get that back, which whoever did that, that was a good job. There's a flag down here. See, this isn't... Ah, there's the flag. So someone tried running it back, but it looks like they died in the water, and I don't. It's fizzling down there. So that should despawn relatively soon. That flag up top's not going to despawn for a few more minutes. So, Union flag is despawned, but Union just gotta wait for the flags and they gotta go again. It's getting. I mean, the thing is the unfortunate part for Union is that CSA is playing this game better as the round progresses, which, unfortunately for the Union, if they wanted to do something and get a ticket lead, they needed to do something great at the beginning. Because they had windows to reform on the other side and get set up, but nothing ever came to fruition. And I mean, maybe if Union played a little better, who knows what would have happened. Maybe CSA would have still won this, but like when Union did charge far up on this side, they should not have brought their flags up, I think. Now, obviously, we saw they lost that, but I think when you know you're going to charge in the whole CSA team, I think keeping the flags down here just to kind of be safe, I think is a good idea. But even when Union did eventually get these flags down here safe, they tried running them back to the Union side, which CSA wasn't pressuring them, so there was no need to do that. And if you're going to try to bring them across, just run into the water so that they can despawn right away, and then you spawn back on main and go. I mean, I think it's just a couple of decisions that's a little confusing. That flag on the bridge is going to despawn in about a minute and a half or so. If Union, that'd be fairly funny if Union charged across and that flag despawned right as they were charging across. That would be unfortunate, so.
I mean, we should have grenades, right? I mean, that's at least fair. You damn jigaboo freaks.
Keep firing, gentlemen.
We have liberal ideals instead. That's what you need.
Teach them jigaboos a lesson.
Keep pouring it on, boys, for the Lord will it so on this day that you put these southern heretics in the first history of the ground.
Just keep firing for now, keep firing for now. Get on the wall. No one should be back. Get on the wall.
Get your Britishers out of here!
Why are we going now? What the fuck?
So, Union's going to go at 11. Let's, oh boy, if this flag, you know, if this guy picks it up, that might be a good thing for his team. He wasn't even going for it. Here we go!
Flag and get a $10 bill.
That's like $100 now, boy.
Oh, the flag disappeared. I called it. Also, holy artillery.
Good, get that flag up, keep going. Go left.
Oh my goodness, talk about bad timing. I called it. That's terrible. That's so bad for Union. Really lucky for CSA, but CSA shots are getting a good amount of this initial Union. CSA now charging out right away on Union. I mean, CSA was screwing up at first. They're not. They mean business now. CSA charging down across the other side where Union are getting there. They got one of those flags down. The rest of CSA are cutting the Union off, and Union is dropping tickets like crazy. And that's 3 flags down for Union. 4th one despawned before the charge, and I mean, Union's going to get that back. He's running up, but he's running up to nothing. So next charge, Union's probably going to hit final push. So Union's got to find a way. They might wait this a few minutes out so they can get those flags and then go in again. But we'll see what happens.
We got a bit of time. We got some time.
I hate British people.
I don't think the unit's charging enough. They gotta charge more, honestly. Get to see more charges.
I can't charge past the bridge. I keep getting shot. Yeah, man. I'm in the back of the line. I still get late, sir.
Many say this.
Most of us die.
Many say that we need to charge more. That's what has to happen, folks.
We will keep charging. Sir, I can't even get halfway across the bridge.
So, Union getting complete. I cannot wait to see Rivers Crossing with this update. That's going to be insane. So, CSA. I mean, CSA is probably going to win this game. We'll see. Union flags. They've been down for about a minute, maybe a little longer than that, but those flags aren't going to despawn until the 5-minute mark. So, Union's got a decision if they want to wait for those flags and then go across, or if they want to charge across and get those flags now. Now, Union should probably sit and shoot this out for a little longer, because the moment Union charges, they're going to hit final push, and that black timer is going to drop to like 3.5, 4 minutes. So, if Union charges across, they're going to take a whole lot of casualties, not deal a whole lot to CSA, at least initially. And because they're not going to deal a whole lot of damage initially, they're going to drop in the final push while not knocking CSA down a whole lot. I mean, if I were Union, I would sit and shoot this out for like 3-4 minutes and then charge in. I mean, it doesn't give you a whole lot of time, but I don't know. I think it's a little more important for Union to try to get CSA close to the last stand before they charge in. But honestly, with the way CSA is playing, I don't know if the... I don't know if the Union side is going to be able to, you know, break through that.
Oh, damn. I mean, well, fuck. I mean, you could have just been doing that for the last 15 minutes of the game. Notice how the tickets only go down when we are across the bridge?
So 7 minutes left. 2 minutes until those flags despawn. Hopefully Union doesn't do what they did a moment ago and throw all that out. I mean, any second Union's going to hit final push. CSA has tickets to burn here. Generally, as a defender, on most maps, you want to be half a morale stage, roughly. You want that big of a ticket lead, but a third to a half, and CSA is definitely in a half. I mean, what are we at, 350? 370. Holy crap.
When we charge across, you better have some fucking shots in your rifles. Jesus fuck, I told you the whole time.
Maybe we'll get 2 servers today. I mean, we still got 2-3 hours before War Breaks. It's high pop. This is insane. Man. So Union's gonna go. They've got about... The flags are still down, a minute left. But Union's gonna hit final push. That black timer's gonna drop a few minutes.
They're coming, boys. Get ready. Pick your shots. They're charging battle sites, guys. 100 yards.
They're coming, lads.
There they go.
Kill the Yankee Scout.
4.5 minutes. Union's probably not going to get this. I mean, look at Union go across. They're not making it across. Wow. Oh my goodness. Poor Union. And CSA, just for the heck of it, is going to charge Union. Now, it's out of bounds for them at this point, so they've got about 30 seconds over here before they die. It would be funny if they got last stand because they charge like this. Union trying to bring a gun up for some reason.
Go home, Yankee. Go home. Go home.
Wow. While CSA charging there, basically get them to the last stand, which is really funny. But no, I mean, what, Union's got one flag down right now. Did they get the flags across over here, or are they? I mean, you got one over here. I assume a lot of those guys have spawned main though by this point. Where are the two Union flags? They might have fallen in the water and despawned. But Union mass charging out here, or they just despawned in general. Who knows? Two and a half. I mean, Union will at least be able to get CSA in the last stand. I don't know if they're going to be able to fully win them out. I mean, they got... That's 2.5 minutes is a long time. I'm going to laugh if CSA lose because they charged across the bridge like they did. That would be hilarious. I don't think they are, but...
We should be good here. We can arc it. Like, the barrel's peeking over the bridge.
No. Keep going. Let's do this. Don't worry, gentlemen. You have a tank.
One at a time. Make it good. One at a time. I don't want the rebels.
Oh, Union's still going across. Yeah, they're just trickling across at this point. CSA should have a field day. CSA tickets still matter. Union don't. So, oh my goodness, rip that guy.
Straight into him. Straight into him. Straight into him.
Jeez, look at all that smoke, too.
That's over.
CSA charging out, wanting to get the big W. And what the... What? What the heck was that? So, really well played round from CSA. I mean, they played slow at the beginning, but they slowly started adapting their strategy, and they cooked. They cooked. So, really, really well done on their part. That was really well played. But Union, I think it's unfortunate at the beginning CSA played slow. Union had windows of opportunity, but they didn't capitalize on it. So CSA was in the end able to take advantage, and that's huge for them. So really well played though from CSA. I mean, Union just mismanaged those flags. I have never seen Union willingly decide to bring their flags back from the CSA side of the bridge to the Union side. That's probably one of the worst decisions I've seen from Union on a map like this. But with that all being said, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you want to support the channel more, we have a Patreon where you can get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment in the bottom of our videos and get an additional broadcast per week. Besides that, though, we have our Discord, merch, X, Instagram, TikTok, and more. Regardless of all of that, I appreciate you all, and I hope to see you in the next one. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Look at those casualties, too. That's beautiful.